For a guy, you can't be singing. Like they say, like singing is for girls.
The OG subscribers know I'm like living my dream right
Serious?
now.
Eh?
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe I wasn't looking fresh enough.
Merci, like.
Thank you, Jesus.
Amen.
I can live a miserable life.
Drip too hard.
Exactly. Exactly. Great question.
Did you see that?
Pretty young girl from Zambia, you know that she ain't with the drama. Light skin girl Osama, you know she the bomb, she cause trauma. eh.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Hi, my name is Nyamba and I create YouTube content which you should subscribe to. Okay, so today we have an exciting segment on the channel, something very different. I have the one, the only Pompi joining me today.
Yemba, what's good? You well?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. Glad to be here.
Yeah,
glad to be on your show.
I'm glad to be here.
I think I've made it now.
Yeah,
No?
really? The OG subscribers know I'm like living my dream right
Serious,
now.
eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like 2016, 17,
Yeah.
Nyamba was like putting everyone onto Pompi.
Wow,
Like,
thanks.
Have you heard this? And they're like,
Thanks a lot.
"Girl, you're a bit late."
Thanks a lot.
But
I'm
yeah,
grateful.
no,
I'm
thank
grateful.
you for making the time, being on my channel,
Awesome.
and it's an honor.
Awesome.
as
No,
well.
glad to be here. Glad to be here.
So today we're gonna get into some questions
Mm-hmm.
that are just gonna be casual,
Yeah.
but also about Pole Pole, which, if y'all don't know, is the new documentary that is coming out shortly.
Yeah.
So by the time you guys are seeing this, make sure you're flocking to the cinema
Exactly.
to watch it. So we'll just get started.
Awesome.
They're not hard. You don't have to think too deep.
I don't need to pray.
Probably not.
Okay, cool.
But it's always a good idea.
I love it.
All right. So, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
Weird combination. Coffee and a smoothie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How
yeah.
do you like your coffee?
Just black. Just Americano. Just black, yeah.
Sugar, honey? No?
Sugar. Actually, coffee with honey, I think, is terrible.
Truly.
I've got friends who like taking coffee with honey, but yeah, I've failed to
Sugar is
jump
the
on
way,
that. Yeah,
actually.
sugar's the way.
What is the first thing you do on any given day?
First thing I do is I jog. Yeah.
Who left the tap running? Did you see that? It was a tweet.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't.
literally.
Serious?
Pompi posted himself running on Twitter, and someone quoted it, and they were like, "Who left the
Wow.
tap running?" I was like,
Anyway, that's
LOL.
good wordplay.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, no, big up to that person.
How excited are you for the release of the Pole Pole documentary?
I'm very excited, Nyamba. You know, initially, when the Purple Studios team came to me and told me they want to do a documentary, I wasn't sure whether my life is worthy of a documentary, to be honest with you. So I said, okay, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's hey, if you see something there, and then obviously when I saw it at the screening, because I saw bits and pieces here and there, but when I saw it at the exclusive screening that happened before, which you were at, so thank you for coming.
No problem.
It blew my mind. I couldn't believe the documentary was about me.
Like, I'm
wow.
so entertained.
Wow,
That's
yes,
me.
like
Yeah.
you know, it was, yeah. So I'm very excited for people. I guess they'll see some of the background behind the scenes stuff behind who Pompi is. Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
before this, we were talking about how behind the scenes actually captures that authenticity
Exactly.
of life and whatnot. And I don't want to say I'm a big deal, but
Yeah.
being quote unquote a public figure, people have a certain notion about you.
Exactly,
And I
exactly.
think it's important and cool almost to just see the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like,
The humanity.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm not afraid to post myself crying, for example, in
Yeah,
a vlog because
yeah, I
I'm
hear you.
human.
I hear you.
I get sad. I get
hear you.
overwhelmed.
Wow.
And the tears will flow.
Serious? You've
Yes.
actually done that before?
Yes, I
Wow,
have.
wow.
Yeah. And
Kudos
some
to you.
people are like, I would never post myself crying on the internet. But it's like, that's the human aspect
Yeah,
of
yeah.
a person you just see as
Exactly.
a put together.
Exactly,
person.
exactly.
So I
That's a
totally-
great point. Yeah,
totally.
and obviously authenticity. I mean, now with how social media and how just media generally is, I think now it's a time when people are actually looking for authenticity, because everybody on online is doing well.
Exactly. Exactly.
Everybody's making a lot of money, everybody's winning in everything they're doing.
Very put together.
Yeah, so you can feel like, oh my God, like, what am I doing with my life? Yeah, so I think authenticity is something that people, I think, are craving for,
Yeah.
And I think they'll get that in this documentary. There are even moments when I felt like a little bit vulnerable, like, you know what?
Should we
You
not?
know? Yeah, but I think it's a good
important.
thing.
Yeah. Okay, cool. If you weren't a musician, what would you be doing right now?
I'll probably be in some office because I've got an honors degree in business systems. So I'll probably be in an office somewhere, crunching numbers.
Would you be the officer or would you be the CEO?
I was actually working to be a CEO.
Ah.
I was actually working to be a CEO, but I would have been miserable.
Yeah.
I would have been miserable, 100%. Because I think us creatives, most creatives I know, I don't know if it's the same for you. I mean, an office setup is...
You feel literally boxed in.
Yeah.
And the cubicle doesn't help.
Exactly.
It's like
Exactly.
it's like a physical representation of exactly how you feel.
Exactly.
No, I get it. I
Exactly.
totally get it.
Yeah, so, but that was the direction that I thought I was going to take. I thought, okay, I'll go do this, go into the corporate space and become a corporate titan. But yeah, so I'm glad I took this path and I was bold enough to take this path.
But you also do use those other, like the other knowledge you have
course,
in your business now.
True.
We were talking about this earlier. It's not just, I do music, I do content creation. There's numbers, there's figures, there's reports.
Exactly.
There's a lot.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
And just the systems are behind. I think university, I think what it does also, I mean, any course you're studying, it just puts you in. It makes you understand routine. It makes you understand deliverables, on time deliverables, because your assignments, professionalism, paperwork, and recording stuff, Yeah, so I think it's definitely something that I don't regret.
I feel you.
Yeah.
What's one piece of advice that stuck with you throughout your journey?
It's a quote that a cousin of mine called Adele had told me. She said, if you live by their cheers, you will die by their booze.
That's good.
Good. So you can live a miserable life.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, if I think I'm cool, I
Yeah.
know I'm right.
Yeah,
Not even
yeah,
I
yeah,
think,
yeah.
I know I'm cool.
Exactly.
What I'm wearing, you don't have to like it.
You don't
I
have-
know it's
exactly,
hard.
Exactly.
Drip too hard.
Exactly. Exactly. And as public figures, you get into that pressure of trying to, trying to
Seek
keep up with the Joneses.
validation, elsewhere.
And seek validation, because we get addicted to those likes. And when there's only 3 likes, you're thinking, okay, maybe I wasn't looking fresh enough.
Nasty line.
There are moments when you can be authentic and there are 3 likes.
Exactly.
But I think that's perfectly fine. I'm now in a space where I want my tribe to find me.
Exactly.
And they can't find me if I am pretending to be somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's very accurate. I was having this conversation recently. I was like, I want to look, I'm trying to change my self-image. I want to look like a baddie.
Yeah.
And then I was like, there's people younger than me who look like baddies, but like, I'm 27, about to be 27 rather, not yet. And I still look cute. Why am I looking cute?
I hear you.
But then at the same time, it's like, that's who I am. Like,
wow.
I'm not, bust down wigs all the time. I love me braids. I love me a cute afro.
Exactly.
Stuff like that. So it was short-lived. I'll say that for sure. Like,
we thank God for that.
Exactly.
Thank you, Jesus.
Amen. It's fine that I'm cute. You all love me being cute, so it's fine. I'll stay cute. You've been in the industry for a while now.
Yeah.
How do you keep evolving to stay almost relevant and relatable?
To be honest with you, one thing that I don't ever try and play with the authenticity is my music. And I think because it's coming from an authentic place, I feel it's easily relatable. I think sometimes it becomes difficult to keep up, and if you're trying to engineer
TikTok sounds.
if you're trying to engineer stuff, I think when you are being authentic, I mean, if I'm expressing heartbreak, for example, I mean, it doesn't matter the time, the age. heartbreak is heartbreak.
It's relatable.
Heartbreak is heartbreak in 1988.
Yeah, and it's the
And in
same now.
2020, yeah. So it's the same. So I think I think the authenticity of my expression. Number two is I don't put myself in a box creatively. So, I mean, if I feel like rapping, I'll rap. I did go through a phase when I was younger where, you are so insecure about certain things. And then you expose that thing that you're insecure about and find out that people actually love it.
Yeah, because it's relatable.
Yeah, and you think like, wow, for so many years I was hiding this thing. Like, I'll give you an example of rapping and singing, right? So the time that I was in school, rappers were the thing. Singing was so uncool. Like, for a guy, you can't be singing. Like, they say, like, singing is for girls. Like, like, the rappers are the cool ones. So, yeah. So I completely bagged the singing, and people just knew me as a rapper. But then one time I just did a song for fun, and I decided to sing, and then everybody loved that song. So I was like, wow, like I didn't
all
realize.
along.
All along I was hiding this thing.
Yeah.
So over the years, I've just exercised practice expressing anything that I feel like expressing. Not necessarily worried too much about the consequences of me expressing my truth.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
We appreciate it
Thanks.
as
Thanks a lot.
consumers.
Thanks.
I think I really like relatable, authentic, where you feel the emotion, whether it's joy, it's sadness, it's heartbreak, whatever. You can literally feel it. Yeah.
Because as a gospel artist, when you transition, you can easily say, okay, I need to now make this kind of music, But even when I transitioned, I said, no, I mean, I know I'm a black sheep in the gospel space, but I will express, I'm going to stay and express my truth. You are supposed to come to God in spirit and in truth. So I knew I didn't want to go there and like pretend to be somebody that I'm not.
If you could have a conversation with your younger self before your first big break, what would you tell them?
I think I would tell them to be confident in their ideas.
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself, Believe in yourself. I mean, when you were younger, we can be insecure because we don't know. Like, there are certain ideas I had. I wasn't sure, you are insecure about certain things. So I wish I would tell my younger self to be confident early enough without necessarily going through the process of revealing it after 3 years and then finally discovering that, oh, wow, people actually appreciate this thing. So my youth, I feel, was a series of me discovering a lot of the things that I had but was afraid to express, and discovering that people actually appreciate them. Yeah. But if I knew earlier, I would have expressed and made something of those ideas sooner. Yeah.
But I feel like that is the process of growing
up. Exactly.
Yeah, because exactly what you're describing, I feel like has been the epitome of my 20s.
I hear
Discovering myself, my talents, what I like, what I don't like, what I'm fine with sharing, what I'm not.
Exactly.
Like, that sort of finding the balance. But I guess it's necessary.
Yeah.
But obviously, like you said, in hindsight,
You wish you could have started at 14.
No, literally.
So that by the time you're 25,
I'm
you are established.
a multi-millionaire and amazing at what I'm doing. Yeah.
Exactly.
What's one thing people would be surprised to know about you?
Great question. Maybe now it's easier to believe because I'm a little chunkier, but I played rugby for Zambia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, under 21.
Really?
National
That's
team,
so cool. Not me mesmerized. No, that's so cool. Like multifaceted. Don't play. Was there a particular moment in your career or faith journey, obviously coming to Christ, that shaped the story told in the documentary?
Yes, there definitely is. I would say I give it in the documentary, and I think I can share it here, so people are getting a leakage. So a sample. As a creative, I had so many ideas, scattered around, and I wanted to do so many things. But then I And I did that for so many years. But I had a moment when I actually went to Livingston and I went to the Victoria Falls. When I go to the falls, I have a devotional there. So while I was at the devotional, I just appreciate God's creation in them. So while I was there, I usually sit down and just watch and like look at the falls and be mesmerized. So as I was watching, I looked at the falls and the water. I don't know if you've ever felt the rock that's there at the falls. It's really, really hard rock. So then I realized that obviously as the water is coming down, over the years where the gorge, that the falls was there at one point in time. It's been moving backwards. And where we see it now is where it is, obviously. But over the years, it's been moving, and that water eats into the rock. So then the thought crossed my mind that, wow, something as innocent as water is eating into something as hard as rock. How is that possible? And I realized that it was consistency. Yeah. So going deeper into that thought of consistency, I realized that, wow, so you can do small bits and pieces of actions consistently, and they can become a critical mass now that can't be ignored. So that was life-changing for me, completely. Now I like my days consistent. I like doing the same things every day. And it changed everything, even my faith, reading the Bible. Before, I used to say, okay, Thursday afternoons for 4 hours, I'll read the Bible.
The Bible,
And that would never happen, you know. But now I just say, look, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I like to take chunks that are not intimidating. Even working out, I tell myself, okay, let me go to the gym or let me jog. What I tell my mind initially is that, okay, I'm just going to run 500 meters or 1 kilometer, right?
That's like 10 minutes of exercise.
That's
I'll
10 minutes
show
of
up
exercise.
for 10 minutes.
I'll show up.
Yeah.
Because I'm not intimidated by it. And then when I actually go, obviously, I
Yeah.
go way further.
Yeah.
But I've noticed that you getting over that initial intimidation helps with the consistency. Yeah. So that's, I think, one of the most, now everything I do, everything I work on, even at home, whether it's at home or whether it's at the office, that's sort of like the principle or the philosophy that I live by now.
That's amazing. And consistency really is like almost the secret to like success.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything done consistently.
Exactly.
Will like eventually anything
yeah.
literally. And people will ask me, it's like, oh, how did you learn how to edit so well and do this and that? I'm like, do you know how long I've been doing this? Showing up every week, Tempo Tuesday, every week for 5+ years or
Seriously,
so.
wow.
Literally.
Wow.
It's only maybe last year where I took a little break just because life forced me into a break. But I would show up weekly for years and years and years. And everything I know, I taught myself.
Wow,
Yeah, so it's like constantly showing up is what has brought me to is what has made Pompi be on this channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Like literally.
Exactly,
so
yeah.
Show
You're
up
the future Mr. Beast.
I
Mrs.
pray
Beast.
so. Yeah.
Because Mr. Beast, I only watched, man, he started a long time ago.
A long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I was so impressed because I was watching the Beast games on Netflix. Yeah. And I was thinking, this is a massive production. I was thinking, wow,
how
this
did he get
YouTuber
here? Yeah.
who's doing random giveaways.
Yeah.
So you can see that he started, I think it's probably more than 10 years.
He's like, yeah, exactly.
10 to 15
so
years, yeah.
everyone you've seen, it's what we like saying, oh no, he's an overnight success. No, the overnight was the breakthrough to the work.
The tipping point,
Exactly. That was put in for years.
Exactly.
Tears shed, arguments had. Like,
100%.
all failures failed.
Disappointments.
Exactly.
People who fell off.
Exactly. So it's just consistency.
Yeah.
It's what I'm also constantly reminding myself because sometimes, like we said, you get 3 likes on something, you're like, but I put in hours into this and I'm getting what? You know? But
exactly. But you know what? One thing that saved me, I realized that there are things I love on social media. Which have 3 likes.
Yes.
I am one of those people, but I'm like, this is dope.
And you constantly go back to that,
and
right?
I don't, so I realized at that point, so for somebody else,
Yeah.
that could be that post for them.
Yeah,
That where I was being authentic. And yes,
Yeah.
there are 3 likes, but it can have that strong,
Exactly, a stronghold.
stronghold on. Yeah, exactly.
If someone watches Pole Pole and can only take away one thing from it, what
Yeah.
would you hope that one thing is?
I think it would just be. I think it would have to be just pole. Be patient, one step at a time.
step at a
Yeah,
time.
one step
Brick
at a
by
time.
brick,
Yeah, brick by brick. Because people when they are in their wilderness, you can want to. You can crave to speed up like stuff like, like look, I've been in this place for so long. And now I believe that obviously what God gives, comes with no sorrow. But the devil can speed things up. Yeah, the devil can speed things up. But what he speeds up, and when you get there, it comes with sorrows. But the patient walk. Once you are there, you almost, it's like there's the quote: if they put you on a pedestal, they can take you off. If you created your own pedestal, literally they can't take you off. I mean, this thing, you can rebuild
In
it.
and out, and
you can rebuild it.
I know how many nuts and bolts.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Like I was watching this thing where there's a guy on YouTube. He randomly asks like billionaires and millionaires how they became rich and
Yeah.
blah. And there's a common question that he asks each of them. He always asks them, if you lost everything you had right now, do you believe you would make it again? And all of them would say 100%.
Yes.
Like I could start
build
from
this
nothing.
from the ground up.
And by next year I'll drive back here in a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
that's
yeah.
confidence.
Yeah, that's confidence.
Yeah.
Because you've started it from the
Exactly,
grassroots.
yeah.
You know the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
If your life had a soundtrack, what song would have to be on it?
That is a good question. I think I'll bias it will have to be. I think I'll bias it being my song, and I would have to say Giant Killer.
That's so cool that
Yeah.
you say that because that's like one of my top 2
Serious?
favorite Pompi songs ever.
Thanks.
Ever.
Yeah,
And
thanks.
you know what's funny about that is when I attended the Pole Pole tour, my sister I don't know if she wasn't around or she wasn't able to attend.
Yeah.
So then she's like, oh my gosh, you heard Giant Killer live?
Oh,
like
wow,
that
yeah.
was the one
Oh, wow.
song where she's like, you heard that live.
Oh,
and
wow.
like,
Oh,
it's
wow.
our mutual thing. Yeah, we love it. No, Giant Killer is amazing.
Yeah, I think it's why is because I think just the journey has always. I mean, everyone's journey comes with giants. So
Exactly.
I think that's obviously I would make a good soundtrack because you look at the giant and say like, hey, watch it. Pa.
Oh, yeah.
Eh.
Period. If you could switch lives with any artist for a day, who would it be?
You have great questions. Wow. Okay.
Patting myself on the back. The
You're
journalism
making me-
degree is
yeah.
working.
Oh, you got a journalism
Yeah.
degree. Oh, amazing. Wow. Wow. To be honest with you, I don't think there's an artist. No, I don't think there's an artist who.
Like, I'm
It's
cool
so weird that most of the people I would pin up on the wall are not artists. Yeah.
So should we change it to person?
Maybe person.
Okay,
yes,
person.
maybe person.
Yeah.
Let's see. There are some people who, if I say it, will be controversial, considering the season.
Yeah.
But let's see. Wow, that's a very good question.
Or should we do top 3?
No, just
Not
one. Just
okay,
one.
one. Okay, cool.
Just one. Okay. Let me just say it. I would love to be Paul Kagame for one day.
That is interesting. Why is that?
Maybe also a little bit of Ibrahim Traore. Maybe a little bit of Nayib Bukele, the president of El Salvador, for a day. Yeah.
Would you just want to like get into their minds?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I get that.
Yes.
I get that.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Looking back at your journey now, what was there a point where you almost gave up? And if yes, what kept you going?
If I'm being honest, my journey in transitioning to gospel, I think those moments when I was down, there was always a testimony that brought me back up. Yeah. I remember there was a time, I always share this story. There was a time I was really, obviously what I left when I left Circular, my dreams had come true. Literally, my dreams had come true.
You were walking in purpose.
So what I walked away from, sometimes used to haunt me in those moments when I was born again and I was at that weak point. But a testimony would always come. So there was one testimony, for example, one time when I was very low, and a lady, I think she was an older lady. She had come in from the UK, and one of the things she said she needs to tick off in her visits here in Zambia was to see me. So she literally found her way to my office. Yeah. And when she came to the office, she said, "Look, Pompi, I just wanted to tell you, look, your song saved my life. I wanted to commit suicide. I've got 4 kids. I wanted to, and your song, Mulungu Sama, gonna save my life."
That's so awesome.
So, I mean, at that point, I was like, wow, so I've actually got purpose. I'm actually, and I think the fact that she was older than me sort of gave me that, validation to know, wow, okay. So this is...
I'm doing something
I'm
right.
doing something. Yeah. I'm definitely doing something right. So, yeah, I think that's definitely people's testimonies of how the music affects them or changes their lives. Yeah. I think
awesome.
Recently, I think with the song that I've been hearing a lot of testimonies of is Qualified from the Pole Pole album. Yeah. People who are caught in between maybe a degree and they've got passions that they have, So
what's one scene or moment in the documentary that you think will surprise people the most? So we just have a this or that, quick fire.
Okay.
Don't think about it.
Okay.
Just answer. If you think about it, make it 0.5 seconds of thought.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Let's go.
Beef or chicken?
Chicken.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Lyrics first or melody first?
Lyrics.
Yeah.
Lyrics.
Lyrics. Okay, cool. Summer or winter?
Summer, 100%.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Classic hymns or modern gospel?
Modern gospel.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is just a bonus one.
Yeah.
Chaka or Pompi?
Chaka. Always.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
I've had fun. Thank you.
This has
Thank
been
you.
so refreshing. Such a good conversation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here, for taking the time to speak with me. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Make sure you go watch Pole Pole, the documentary, and obviously listen to Pole Pole, the album. Continue streaming it. Listen to Qualified.
Thank you.
It's trending right now on Instagram, but
Thank you.
it's a really good song. So listen to it. I hope it ministers to you and your situation and your life. And you just feel the love of God, honestly, through the work of art.
Thank you so much.
That you've graced us with.
Thank you so much. And best of luck with your platform.
Thank you.
May I know the consistency is gonna pay off.
Thank you.
I mean, it's already paying off. Yeah.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Thanks.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
No, that was so much fun.
Thanks. I enjoyed it as well.
This is always so strange to me because I film everything by myself. So
Are you serious?
when there's people behind the camera, I'm low-key Esther.
Look at your
like,
future.
Oh my God. Oh my God.